adventurers return to the dungeon, and this time uncover evidence of goblin kind, of lizard men, and they track them to a chamber of horrors. Welcome to Nosh Solo.
Gosh, really got some nice toys here.
Okay, so Goblin Scum, Sword and Board 2, remains in the maelstrom and has to take more damage from it. So that is going to be 4 more points of burning damage on the legs, the arms, 2 more points to the feet, and at this point he also will fall crippled to the floor, and I am going to take him out of this combat because he is simply going to burn to a crisp. And we go to the next character who is going to unfortunately suffer the same fate, because with this spell causing 4 points of damage to exposed limbs every second, it's just burning them up into a lovely crisp. So he's equally gone. And same with this fella. Now, for Goblin Scum 6, I'm going to roll 1d6 because he too is going to be crippled. He's still stunned, remembered, mentally from Rapier Wit. So on a 1 to 3, he falls forward against the wall. On a 4 to 6, he falls back into the fire cloud. And he falls forward into the safety of this area and is out of the spell effect. However, he is going to be crippled and will have to make a health check. I think at this point probably to stay conscious. Although he might be, you know what? If he only took really 8 points of injury, I'm not so sure about that, but he's a hurting boy, there's no doubt about it. So it's enough to say he falls forward. I'll do a health check to see if he's stunned. And yeah, he's going to be physically stunned, whether or not the mental stun affects him whatsoever. But let's draw that physical stun onto him. And I'll do a will check to see if he breaks the mental stun. And he succeeds. Okay, well, he's not mentally stunned, but he's physically stunned. So I'll take the mental stun off. And there we go. And yes, shock for -4 on his next turn. So that's that. Let's go down the line and see who's next here. Okay, Lizardman Warrior. So, oh yes, in restarting the game, it turned him around. So let's just get him right faced. There we go. Okay, so Lizardman Warrior, Wilhelmina tried to shoot him in the back, and that didn't work. He has to roll to stay conscious. So let's see if that happens. And look at that. He critically fails. And so he too falls flat, unconscious. And I'm going to say he's a goner. All right. So that brings us to Sir Percy the Knight, who is not daring to leave this space. Not one bit, as he's watching people go up in flame around him. Callowin, again, is simply waiting. Doesn't really have any conditions to her wait. I think she's just waiting to see what happens next. Dank the Barbarian, the very same thing. Alucian the Bard, the very same thing. Although she could try to stun someone again, but I think at this point she is going to wait out. Wrathric the Cleric, same thing, he's waiting out. And Wilhelmina is going to, let's see, I think Wilhelmina will reload. How's that? That makes sense. And we'll have her do a fast draw. And she succeeds. So she will shave a second off of her reloading. Which brings us to the Dragon-Blooded Priest, who was in shock, was prone, and on fire. Now, because the priest dropped their being stunned last turn, they can act normally on this turn, but they're taking yet another round of damage. And for them, it's 2 more to the face, which, you guessed it, requires another health check. And that's a success. So, not stunned, still in shock for another turn, and partially on fire. Again, don't think it's going to make any difference given the amount of DR this person has. So, what we're going to do is change this person's posture from prone to kneeling, because they have got to start to get up. And so that's what we'll do. They're going to kneel. Okay, so they're taking a change posture maneuver this turn. Let's go to the next person. It's Goblin Scum, Archer 1. Okay, well, this is the time when I'm going to have them roll a cowardice check. Consider only 6 seconds or 5 seconds have passed in the combat. I'm going to give them a +5 on this roll so that they are going to flee basically on a 17 or less. I think that's how that works. Oh, and they get the +5, sorry, because they are facing actual death. So, yeah, that he rolls a 10, and so he is going to fail his cowardice check, his self-control check, and so he is checking out. And so what he's going to do is not worry about targeting anybody at this point. And we are going to get rid of Callowin as a target. There we go. And he was reloading. So at this point, he's got an arrow ready, but he is going to go and 1, 2. So basically he's doing a step and concentrate because he wants to try to jump down without hurting himself. Let's see if Archer 2 has the same reaction and fails the self-control check. I'll put a +5 on that. And let's see what happens here. Failure, or sorry, he rolled a 17. He needed a 17 in order to stay conscious, or not conscious, to steal his nerves. I can tell you, it doesn't matter. He is going to willfully fail this. And so he is going to, again, drop her as a target, and he will turn and he will try a concentrate maneuver as well to prepare to jump from this platform. Okay, who's next? Okay, let's see if these guys are going to basically fail their self-control check for cowardice. They're going to roll at a -5. And let's see how they do. Okay, so he rolled a 7. And my understanding is that effectively with the -5, it's dropping the cowardice self-control check from its normal 12 to a 7. And so if he rolls a 7 or less, he would fail. He would fail the cowardice roll. Okay, we're gonna see if the goblin archer one fails his cowardice check. And my understanding is that because he's facing certain death, he will roll at a -5, which means his self-control check is kind of going from its normal 12 to a 7. If he rolls a 7 or less, he technically gives on a 7 or less, he gives into the disadvantage. So let's see how he does. On a 7 or less, he'll resist the urge to flee. And he rolls a 13. So he is going to get the heck out of here. So what he does instead is he's going to basically take a step, and he is going to concentrate on preparing to jump from this height. All right, let's go to the next one. He's going to do the same thing. I'm going to give him a -5 to his self-control roll, and let's see if he can resist. And he rolls a 15, so he definitely is going to again take the step and concentrate maneuver and prepare to jump from this height. Okay, Goblin Scum, sword and board 6. You fell outside of the fire. You're physically stunned, so the first thing you got to do is roll versus health to get unstunned. And you succeed. So you can act normally next turn. Okay. Alrighty. And who's next? It is Sir Percy the Knight. Sir Percy is not going anywhere. He is staying here where it's safe in his little bubble of safety. Callowin, she is again not doing anything, waiting to see what happens next now with this priest who seems to not be moving from this fire. Dank, same deal. Melitian, same deal. Rathric, same deal. Wilhelmina, she's done reloading, so I'll take that off. So she's got an arrow notched. And that brings us to the dragon-blooded priest. Okay, so takes another 2 points of damage to the face. At this point, I need to check to see how much damage this person's face has taken. So by my count, the priest here has taken 6 burning to the face. Well, that's like half the hit points. I mean, if I put 6 in there, you can see they're not going to be doing so well. Their face is turning nice and crispy. So this requires yet another health roll. And that's a failure, which means you got it, falling down again and being stunned. My. Okay, so we go to the next actors. That's Goblin Scum Archer 1, who is now taking a second turn of concentrate in order to make a successful, safe jump from this height, as is Archer 2, taking another concentrate maneuver. Goblin Scum, sword and board 6, can act now. So he can move his regular 4. So he's prone. So he's going to take a change posture maneuver, and he's going to go to kneeling. Sir Percy the Knight, not going anywhere. Callowin, not going anywhere. Dank, not going anywhere. Elishan, not going anywhere. Rathric, not going anywhere. Wilhelmina, not going anywhere. dragon-blooded priest. Okay, so here we go. Takes another 2 points to the face. Oops. Would be 8. Is now at 1/3 its hit points. We can roll to see if it remains, or becomes unstunned. But we can also then roll again to see if it remains stunned from the new damage. Okay, it's successful, so I'm taking the stun off. It can act normally on its next turn. I think at this point, folks, I think it's mathematically just now a probability that this dragon-blooded priest is going to be at negative hit points, is not going to be able to get up, and is just having a really hard time of it. Would you agree? I think it's time to roasted priest. All right. Okay, so this brings us to Goblin Scum Archer 1, who has to make a dex check to successfully land below at 3 yards. And fails that. So when you fail a jump, where might you fall? We can get the old hit location tables going. Where are we now? Hit location, and we're going to go find human and humanoid, and we are going to roll to see where this person has landed. Left leg, the shin. Okay, so they are going to take 2d damage for the height and the velocity, and their shin, their legs are unarmored. So 9 points of damage to the shin. So an injury over health 2 cripples this leg. Okay, so their hit points, is 13. So that's definitely over half the hit points, eh? 6 would be 12, so yeah. So guess what? Oh my gosh, these poor creatures. Why am I having sympathy for goblins in a torture chamber? All right, so crippled leg. Left leg. Wow, it's pretty specific, eh? Okay. Left leg is crippled. Okay, and I believe there is some possibility of stunning going on with that as well. I'm just going to lower this person to the ground. There we go. So yes, any crippling injury causes, you guessed it, stun. So here we go. And yes, he's stunned. Oh my gosh. And he's prone. Go figure. Oh my gosh. Okay, next dude. Let's see if he can make his dex check. He critically succeeds. Oh, crazy. All right, so we'll just remove the... We'll move him up here, and we'll remove his height. There we go. So he lands like a cat. No problem. All right. In fact, I'm gonna give him like a hex of movement here. And all right. Okay. Next turn, we've got this goblin here. Who? Let's see. He's kneeling. Okay. So in this turn, he stands. All right. Okay. Gosh. Okay. Sir Percy the Knight. He glances behind him and says, "Drop it, Callowin." Callowin brings this spell to an end. And I just want you to imagine the ring of charred, burning corpses all around them here. Crazy. Oh, the smell must be horrible. Blech. Okay. Dank's turn. Dank is going to go. What's he got for a move? They've been so motionless. So Dank's going to go. 1, 2. He's going to do an all-out attack on this guy from his rear hex. Of course he is. Do you expect him to do anything less? No. Oh, sorry. Got to do the minus... Or no, these are goblins. They don't have a size modifier. Okay. Still -1 for his size, sorry. So, minus... Whoops. Hang on now. -1. There we go. And first hit. Success by 7. Second hit. Let's see here. Success by 3. He has no way of being able to dodge this as he's standing up. So, do your damage, buddy. Oh, 17 on the first hit. And 24 on the second hit. Stand by while I use a calculator. All right, so when we account for the damage resistance of the goblin's armor on the back, and we do the calculations, Dank does in those 2 hits. He does... Let me go to the guy. He does a total of 49 points of damage on top of this guy's pre-existing 6. So 49 plus the 6, that's 55 points of injury on him. He goes down to -3 health points. That's like, yeah, that's 3 health checks to stay alive. So here we go. Health check 1. Dead. So yeah, 2 massive hits from his axe literally breaks his back and slams him up against the wall and cuts him in half. And that is the end of this goblin scum. Next, Volition. Well, she's going to go. Now, what has she got for a move here? 4. She goes 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to try to cast Rapier Wit on both of these individuals at a minus... actually, he's stunned. She's going to cast Rapier Wit on this archer who critically succeeded his landing. Here we go. Let's see how she does. Rolling the Bard skill. Success by 7. Goblin Scum. Success by 1. Goblin Scum Archer 2 is now mentally stunned. Okay. Next actor, Rathwick, who has reduced move because he's so bloody tired. He's just gonna go 1, 2. Wilhelmina the Thief has a loaded bow. She has a move of 7. She's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she is going to do a move and attack with her bow. And I believe for that, the penalty is the bulk modifier of the bow itself, if I'm not mistaken. And the bulk modifier is -6. Yes, it's -2 or the weapon's bulk, whichever's worse. So it's definitely the bulk modifier here. So she is going to simply hit this goblin from behind. It's 0, modifier of 0 for 2 yards range. Let's see, 1 to 3, it's a fine balanced arrowhead. 4 to 6 is barbed. She chooses the fine balanced. So she is going to get a -6 on this attack. I'll add that, and I'll add that for the -6. Let's see if she hits him. And she does. And he doesn't get a defense. So roll your damage. Hey, maximum hit finally. So she does 6 points impaling. He's got 4 on his torso. So 2 get through, doubled because it's impaling. So he takes 4 points of damage. All right. 4 points. It's the first time he's been injured. And he's stunned. Now he's going to have 4 points of shock to add to his troubles. Okay. Well done, Wilhelmina. Holy crap. Goblin Scum Archer 1. Well, buddy, you're crippled, you're stunned, you're lying down, and you're in shock. Let's see if you can break your physical stun. And you can't. You're still stunned, lying there, looking at your wretched leg. Archer 2, you are stunned mentally. Can you break this? You cannot. You are still mesmerized by Alician's beautiful playing. Sir Percy the Knight, you've got a move of 3. You go 1, 2, and 3. And change your facing 1 at the end. Callum the Wizard, you have a move of 3. 1, 2, 3. And Dank the Barbarian, you have a move of 5. So you're going to go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alician the Bard, you continue to play your lute and keep your target mesmerized. Rathric the Cleric, you have a move of 2. 1, 2. Wilhelmina the Thief, you are going to do a fast draw arrow. And you succeed by 7. So you are reloading. There we go. And Goblin Scum Archer, can you break your stun? No, you can't. Oh my gosh. Goblin Scum Archer 2, can you break your mental stun? No, you cannot. Sir Percy the Knight has got a move of 3. He's going to go 1, 2, and all-out attack on Goblin Scum Archer 1. So, not all-out attack. He's going to do a movement attack. My correction. So, Bastard Sword, -2 for the shield, and one-handed swing. Here we go. And it should have been a -4 on top of that because it's a move and attack. So we would have had -6 to his roll. So that would have been, yeah, he would have needed a 9 or less, and he rolled an 8. All the same. Wow. He still got him. He still got him. Yeah, because even with all those modifiers, he'd have to roll in a 9 or less, and he rolled an 8. So he hits him. He gets to, of course, try to die or try to defend himself. He has a bow and arrow. Well, had a bow and arrow ready. -4 to his defense because of his stun. He can take a feverish defense and spend a hit or a fatigue point because he hasn't spent any. He can, let's see. He can dodge, can't parry. Is there anything else he can do? I don't think so. Oh, except that his dodge is at -3 because he's lying down as well. Oh my lord. Excuse me. So that's a critical failure. He's already down, so he can't fall down twice. Sir Percy, what do you do for him? Damage on this guy. 15 cutting. All right, so 15 cutting to the scum archer. And so 16 points of damage on top of the 4 is 20. And so he's at 0. He's below 0 hit points. Half move and dodge. And he will have to make a consciousness check on his next turn. And he's still stunned, so I'm not even going to roll to see if he gets more stun. I think this guy's baked, personally. Next actor, Callum the Wizard. She goes 1, 2. Dank the Barbarian, he's going to go 1, 2. And he is going to attack this goblin from his front. I guess that's his front hex. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Just one attack. Oh yeah. It would be a move and attack. So -4, then a -1 for the size difference. Ready? Here we go. And he succeeds by 2. So Goblin Scum Archer 2 is stunned. And he's, let's see. He's stunned. He'll burn a point of fatigue. He's going to try to dodge. So that gives him a +2. And yeah, I think that's it. So here we go. Combat, dodge. Fails by 3. So Dank does 15 points of damage on this goblin. Minus the 4 for the DR is 11 times 1.5. That's 16 points of damage. This is the first time he's been injured. Instantly taken to -3. Half move and dodge. He's going to have to roll to not be physically stunned. He succeeds, but he's still mentally stunned. And he will be at -4 shock. Wow. Okay. Elishan the Bard continues to play the lute. Rathric the Cleric is watching. Wilhelmina the Thief has reloaded. And she will, I think, not fire another arrow into this guy. She'll save that arrow in case something else comes into this room. Goblin Scum Archer 1. You have to roll to stay conscious. And you critically succeed. Wow. Oh, plucky, aren't we? Okay. But are you no longer stunned? That's a good question. And you failed by 1, so you're still stunned. Goblin Scum Archer 2. Are you still conscious? You succeed by 1. And are you breaking your physical stun? Yes, you are. Are you breaking your mental stun? No, you're not. All right, so we can remove at least... well, I didn't even apply that physical stun. Anyway, doesn't matter. He is still mentally stunned. Sir Percy the Knight. Huh. Might as well. Slashes at the goblin. And gets a critical success. Well, this is a great way to end this combat, I think. So here we go. Criticals, critical hit table, shake and bake, baby. And that's, if any damage penetrates DR, it inflicts double the normal shock. Ooh. All right. Well, we definitely know it's going to penetrate. Okay. Double the normal shock penalty. All right. It's 17 cutting. Oh my gosh. That's, with all the calculations, 19 damage to the archer. And so 19 plus the 20, 39 points of damage. He's at -2. His hit points will have to make 2 health rolls to stay alive. Here we go. Health roll 1. And that is a failure. And so Sir Percy's blade sinks and slashes deep into his chest. And this goblin simply falls dead. Falls dead? He's already fallen. He lies back dead. He's already lying. Anyway, he's dead. Okay. And that brings us to the next actor, who is Callowin, and she is, again, surveying the area, quite exhausted. Dank, he is going to attack this goblin, and he succeeds by 3, and this goblin is stunned mentally, so he's going to be at -4 to his defense, and he can burn a fatigue point, I believe, to get another +2 to his defense, and this is his dodge, which is compromised. So he fails. And Dank does 13 cutting on him. And so that is, let's see, 9 times 1.5. So that's another 13 on top of the 16 for 29 points of damage. He's down to -1 hit points. So he has to make a roll against health or die. And he fails critically. And so he falls to Dank's axe. Well, folks, they survived. And I got to tell you, that fire cloud spell was remarkable. Let me know in the comments if you feel I ran the damage appropriately or not. I realize some of you might think that's what they consider to be a large area injury, and to me, if that were just hitting the chest, fine. But it was all over their bodies, and so I think the way I handled it is probably a very realistic way. Thank you for watching this final part of this Dungeon Fantasy battle using the GURPS 4th edition rule set.